Good day, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Fairway Fit Golf Podcast, where two friends get together to talk about how we are trying to look good, feel good, and play good. Let's go. Welcome back, Fairway Fit Golf fans. We were off last week. Excited to be back. I've got Greg here with us. Greg, how are we doing?
Oh, busy as always.
Yeah, I feel like it's golf season and we're not playing a lot of golf.
Yeah, I mean, this thing called work just gets in the way all the time. Work and parenting, I think, are the two biggest detriments to a golfer's life. But I will say that, it is close to summer. And summer, now granted, even with us keeping the kids home, and I know that you always keep your kids home.
Right.
Basically, it does open it up a little bit more to where I can take one or both out onto the course and still get out. I can still, sneak away for an hour. And obviously, with my grand plan for the garage, it should be a lot easier to get my practice sessions in and hit balls and everything like that. So,
I feel like this grand plan is going to keep, you're never going to go on the golf course again. Like, I feel like you have just quit playing golf outside.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that's priority over playing golf.
I will say, just getting the garage done is definitely a high priority just because, I'm looking more so for the future when it is 32 degrees and there's a foot of snow on the ground and I can still exactly, but at the same time, partial of the plan. So the grand plan is, the way I sold it to the wife was I'm building a gym that also has a golf set. A gym for her to work out in. She doesn't have a gym out here right now, and we're not trying to get a gym. So we're building a home gym that's going to basically suffice for both of our needs, even though I still work in the gym every single day. But at the same time, I'm not 3 minutes from that gym anymore. So if it means that I can have morning workouts, or we can do couples morning workouts, spend a little more time together, and then, get up early in the morning, get a workout in, then get the day started, so be it. And then also when it comes to, other times I get to just walk 2 feet, 3 feet to the right and go hit balls.
Yeah. I'd like to see you play some golf, though. I mean, I know you're busy, but it's a little bit different. You've got a little bit different schedule than I do right now. My busy because it's outside stuff, but we're trying to get out as much as we can here. I know you are as well, too. When we talk sim, I was able to put something in my garage this past Thanksgiving time, I think is when we pulled the trigger. Now, we're more of a hitting net with I guess I would call it more of a launch monitor than a simulator. We don't have the projector, although I do have those options to add in. But this was more of I don't want to say a needed thing for us, because with the kids starting to get into it, we felt we needed something not to just come to a complete halt in the winter and not flip, $50 to $100 every other day to go somewhere.
Yeah.
But what are you trying to put in? I know we've talked all this, but share, maybe some people got some advice for you.
Right now, I mean, I think we talked about this on Friday, but basically instead of, the normal cliche saying, measure twice, cut once, I think I'm measuring probably 50 to 100 times to basically maximize the amount. I'm torn between a 10-foot wide screen and an 8.5-foot screen. The only difference in those actual simulators where it's an enclosure is basically I think the 8.5-foot screen is about a foot shorter than the 10-foot screen, and it comes out maybe a foot shorter from the wall. But other than that, really the optics of it, as far as the launch monitor, is still going to be the same. It's going to be a SkyTrak ST or SkyTrak S or SkyTrak Plus. I'm sorry, not the ST. And then the obviously the projector will be the same, and it'll still have the same hitting mat and everything like that. And I'll still be able to view and hit a shot and see exactly where it
Impact
goes.
screen that goes into it.
Exactly. But I will have a side mounted TV that will also have the setup like,
Entertainment.
very similar to you. That will run like the program of it where I can, change clubs and everything like that. Without having to be on the big screen, but just on a side screen. Then I'll have a bigger TV that's mounted on the wall. That's also going to be just for watching games and probably Sundays. Sundays now will probably, instead of sitting on the couch and watching Steelers football, I'll probably be hitting balls and watching Steelers football.
Well, that single digit handicap better be coming pretty soon with the amount of balls you're saying.
That's what I was about to say. The amount of balls that I should be able to hit if I'm either going to be a single digit handicap or I'm going to have a lot of holes in that one side of the wall, from, shanking it into the wall. But I'm also going to have a great gym. I purchased that already, and that's coming in the mail. A PRX system that kind of folds up into the wall. So I'll have my squat rack. I'll have 2 benches in there. I have full set of dumbbells. I got my slam balls to do all of my core work and rotational and basically swing speed type stuff. The rack that I got also has an adjustable pulley system, so I'll be able to do power off rotations and everything like that I still do in a full gym. So basically, it'll suffice. It'll basically have everything that I have in Freedom's gym, but I'll have it at home. And on top of that, I'm also adding a cold plunge with a chiller, so I'll be able to recover just as well as I train at home, and have, hopefully, in this grand scheme of view of mine, like a pretty nice looking garage as well. So anybody in the comments, send me some tips. What have you done? What have you put together in your garage? I have roughly 12-foot ceilings. I am raising the garage door up to the point where it's a jack drive system, so it takes away all the middle type stuff, and I'm raising the rack up so it goes higher to the ceiling. So it clears even more space for the gym area, but then the back portion is 12-foot ceilings roughly for me to swing in. I'm a short person. I'm only 5'7", so I'm not really worried about any driver hitting that high. I mean, a lot of my friends are tall, but I don't think that any of them are really going to hit any of the ceiling. 12 foot, that's pretty tall.
Right, that's fine.
You ain't swinging unless you swing in a 57-inch driver or something like that. But one of those long drive contest ones. But I think it'll be fine for anybody that comes over and hits balls and plays and whatnot. And then really, like, I'm super interested in just getting numbers all the time and seeing like how I can change numbers and how I can actually dial in stuff, because I think that's, as we've said for the last, going on 3 years now, consistency is my biggest issue. So if I can basically practice out the point of learning a swing every single year or trying to get my swing down every single year and just keep a swing and basically dial it in to the point where I'm consistent and I can almost guess my misses rather than just being like, what the hell happened there? I think that basically it'll just, I'm not saying I'm guaranteeing it, but I'm saying that once the sim comes in, I think I go from maybe a 5-6 on the scale, I think I was last time, to maybe like
you're a little higher
7,
than that. I had
8.
you pretty low, but I think you were pretty high. I don't remember the exact numbers, but also if to pay all this, Greg's offering memberships, and if you're interested in the comments as well, he can give you a price. But speaking of memberships, real quickly, I want to give a shout out to Back 9 Golf of Leesburg. They are open. They opened last week. It has been super exciting to watch what they have been promoting online. 2 full Swing Pro 2.0 simulators in there, a putt view system in there, and right now you can get a Fairway Fit Golf BOGO. If you are looking to get a tee time, your first hour, your second hour is free. So Fairway Fit BOGO, get your second hour free. Make sure to mention us. Check them out at back9.com/Leesburg, Virginia, or B9 Golf on their Instagram accounts. But we had the luxury we did get together and play some outside golf in a Scramble tournament with a friend of the show, Bryan, and our pro, Stevie P, was
P.
able to join us. Or I would say we were able to join them in the round that they got to play in. And a lot of fun, great tournament, memorial tournament for somebody that we both worked with. Someone worked for me a couple years ago that passed away tragically. And was really good to see a lot of people come out and support I believe their scholarship foundation, where they're able to give back to all the schools that he was a part of. So really good. But what did we do? Let's talk a little bit about what we did to lead up for that tournament. I know we haven't been able to get out a lot, but I do know you were able to get out at least to the range. Tell us how your range session went.
Range session went good. That's something I've been scheduling now, just to kind of, and obviously going to hit up back nine as well. But I've been having morning sessions where, the wife has been very generous in the fact where she works from home, but yet she's going to still drive an hour and a half out and back to drop the kids off on certain days, especially when she doesn't have morning meetings. But to allow me to get out of the house a little bit earlier and get to the range at South Riding, my old stomping grounds,
There you go.
and hit balls before school and, get some work in there. Range session went really well. I wasn't really looking at yardage or anything just because I had a real big, wind in our face that day. But I was just looking at like contact and how the ball felt coming off the club, and
Getting some positive feels.
Exactly. And one of the things that I was actually rather surprised at was the ball flight was actually pretty piercing still, and I was making good contact, hitting the center of the face, and wasn't really like, floating things out to the right or left or yanking anything. And felt pretty positive going into on Friday. And to tell you the truth, even like Friday morning when we hit balls beforehand, I was feeling pretty good, and ball was doing what I wanted it to do. And I will say that the first tee shot did what I wanted it to do. I don't think any other tee shot really did that afterwards, but
couple.
But that's my go-to now, where I'm going to try and get I got a range scheduled on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. It'll be a little chilly, but at the same time, I don't mind that. Throw a sweatshirt on, be good to go.
Yeah, so us being off last week, I was able to get to the range twice. I had to take a day off of work before the tournament to help with the wife get her to a doctor's appointment. So got the 2 opportunities to go. Usually I'm able to at least get out and swing the clubs once a week. Basically it's been a range session most this spring just because of coaching. I usually coach. I have to go to the range and then actually go to basketball practice afterwards. But I do have two of my 3 are playing golf, which has been actually really, really exciting. And so we schedule one day a week where they do go up and they practice, and we've made practice plans for them and some different things. So some days I go with them. Some days I've honestly been working here with the podcast and everything. So I don't always get over there as much as I want, but I did get 2 days this week. And the 2 days were really bad. Really bad. To a point, and we've talked a little bit about the days, but they were bad. I would say Wednesday, pretty much Wednesday and Thursday were probably the 2 worst range sessions I've had my entire life.
Did you print the label to ship your clubs off?
I didn't. I never.
That's usually that's my tally on how bad you're playing or how bad you hit it do you have them up on eBay?
So what was weird about that is, yes, it crossed my mind on Wednesday. But Bryan, friend of the show, was actually there too, and he can vouch that he actually, it was kind of funny because we were hitting, and then my little guy and my oldest daughter were hitting as well, and he could start to sense that I was getting it was getting rough, like and he kind of took the 2 of them, said, "Hey, let's go putt," and gave me some time, and I battled through on that day, and I can't say I ever figured it out, but I did exactly what Stevie P said in our practice episode. So make sure to go back and check. But he said when you put the club in timeout, if it's not working well. When I had 13 of the 14 clubs in timeout, I thought it was time to go home. I thought it was time to go home. So, like I said, I actually had to run to basketball. So I kind of just blew it off a little bit. I was a little frustrated. I was texting Stevie P while we're doing it, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, you never text me stuff like this," and trying to tell him, and he gave me a quick tip, and it didn't work.
Was it take your change out of your right pocket and put it in the left?
Put my tea in my ear, stand on a ball, all those things. I mean, trust me, I tried pretty much everything. So I kind of blew that off. But Thursday came around, and I'm like, all right, I could go figure this out. Like I've done this before. It's no big deal. Whatever. One thing that I have, we kind of talked about when I really am trying to come from the inside of my swing a lot more than I ever have and stop getting over the top, especially getting rid of the baseball move. A shank comes into play periodically, especially on the range for me. And so I wasn't, I kind of just blew it off. Like that was the goal. So I show up there on Thursday, and, I take my 56 out and what I like to warm up with, and I'm just hitting, little knockdown wedges, nothing full, this and that. And I'm probably 8, 10, 12 golf balls in, and I'm like, oh, I got this back. I'm good. I'm good. Not even a question, right? So I was like, all right, so let's go ahead and go through the bag a little bit and get a good practice. I had some time. I actually thought about trying to play 9 holes. I had until the kids got home. And I was like, all right, if I hit it good for a little bit, maybe I'll try to just get a couple holes in, which is what I'd like to try to do. And so I go to the 48 and I hit a good one. And then the next 5 shots, and I'll proceed. I actually wrote it down. It went shank, top, hole, shank. And
now, are they shanks like
so
tin
if
cup
you were,
shanks like down the line, or are they like just?
So it is the hard 45-degree turn, 90-degree turn, goes out at like a 45-degree angle, 90-degree turn up into that little hill.
Yep.
Up there. So as the clubs got longer, if you were on 9 fairway, you were in trouble.
I'm about to say you're in danger.
I mean, you were in trouble. And now luckily this is the middle of the day. It's on a Thursday. Not a lot of people are around. So, and trust me, I was looking because it was embarrassing. And
you were like me that one morning when I texted you and I said if there was anyone else on the range, I would have quit golf and walked away. But I hit an entire bucket that I basically shanked.
So what was like? I'm telling you, like I had Titleist written on the hosel. Like it was our range ball written on the hosel. Like it was just, so I kind of like, all right, I took a deep breath and I went and putted for a while. I was like, all right, I'll just go putt, I'll just go figure out that, this and that. And then I putted and I was like, I'm still nervous. So I went down and chipped for a while and then fine. No issues there. No issues here. So I came back up and, it didn't get better. And what's funny here is I'm going to go ahead and read you the definition of a shank because like it's I might have to get it tattooed. It's so ingrained right now. So the definition of a shank: a dreaded mishit where the ball strikes the hosel, the neck, or the heel instead of the club face. I'm telling you, Greg, it was 80% shanks. Like, and it was, so the only club I didn't hit 3-wood and I did not hit driver because I probably could have hit driver a little bit just because it was, bigger club face and everything. But I went through the whole bag, hybrid, everything. There was not one club that I didn't find the hosel. It also says under the definitions, the contact sends the ball sharply sideways, usually 45 to 90 degrees to the right for a right-handed player. And I mean, they honestly could have taken my swing, videotaped it, and put it into Wikipedia and said this is exactly what a shank was.
Now were you adjusting like distance from the ball and everything? What were you? What were the small little adjustments you were kind of trying to go through when you were actually going through?
I came back, right? I came back from chipping and I started up again, and I felt like And so what do you do, obviously, when you shank it? You really try to get to your right side, this and that. And so if I was hitting it forward, it was like a pull, not even a draw, a pull hook.
Yeah.
So like it was going 30, 40 yards to the left of my line. And so it got frustrating. So I'm thinking of every single thing I've ever heard before to think of shake. I had a ball under my right heel. And I was like, well, that's not working. So I put the ball under my left heel. I was like, well, that's dumb. So I put a ball under both heels. And
What?
I mean, I literally was trying, I literally went through like 50% swings, just watching it go out in front. Repeat, 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 hit, shank. I mean, so then, I moved bays multiple times as well too, like the mats, because I was like, oh, maybe I just need to.
It had to be the mat.
Had to be. Well, I also had to get further and further away from the pro who was giving a
That's
lesson
true.
down at the other end because I didn't want him to kick me off the course. Like
Yeah.
it was that bad.
Brad, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to send you home.
Texted Stevie P. He was working. So finally I sat down, I pulled up YouTube, and I started going through videos.
He did it.
I swear to God. I'm sitting there. I watched a whole like 6-7 minute video of how to get rid of the shanks. So I got back up there. I'd hit one or two right. And I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm good at shank. And it wasn't like one shank. It was like the hard hosel shank, and to a point where I'm literally looking at my golf club and like, what am I doing wrong? So I sit down again. I watch another video. Talks about being too close to the ball. Talk about the right knees collapsing forwards, which is pushing the club face to the hosel. Tried that one. I got my alignment sticks out, made sure that I had my weight on the balls of my feet and stepping on the alignment stick like a balance beam almost. Still shanking the ball. So finally I was like, dude, I gotta go. Like I'm embarrassed to be at the golf course. So I go home. I walk with my bag through the house straight into the garage. And my wife goes, well,
That's bold.
yeah,
If you get the shanks and you're going into the garage, that's a bold move.
So the wife was like, what's wrong? I was like, I hit it so bad they told me to leave. She goes, no, they didn't. I go, yes, they did. I go, I need to hit out here. So she proceeds to take a couple more steps, like she was going to join me in the garage. And I literally looked at her and I said, babe, you don't understand.
Not today.
You need to go inside. So anyway, so I have a bucket, and you've seen it. I have a bucket. It's about 140 golf balls in the bucket, and it's every color, anything we've ever picked up. It's just a shag bag. I tilt it over. I get to my final putt wrist thing on, and it basically helps you keep my left hand flat. So it's kind of like my go-to trainer whenever I haven't hit in a while. I like to bring that on there. And I know if you're watching YouTube right now, you can't see it, but I have a bruise on my hand with cut marks. I picked the scabs off today, but with cut marks. I proceeded to hit about 100 golf balls. Now, I will tell you, I only shanked like one or two of them in the garage. So, drenched with sweat, because I still had my sweatshirt on. Didn't even bother to get undressed. Just drenched with sweat. And I put it down. And the kids started to come home, and I'm like, okay, whatever happens tomorrow, happens tomorrow. So this.
Hey guys, Brad from Fairway Fit Golf here. Back 9 of Leesburg is the elite indoor golf simulator facility. It's for the people that are trying to get better. Check them out. They're signing up for their founders memberships right now.
3 Full Swing Pro 2.0 simulators and a Putt View Green. The most accurate ball flight technology on the market. 24/7 access, the only year-round facility in the area. Use the Fairway Fit BOGO code to get your second hour free. Book your tee times now. Find us at theback9golf.com or follow at B9 Golf Leesburg on Instagram.
Be one of the first to join their elite golf community.
And if Stevie P finally gets back to me, he goes, don't worry about it. It's only Thursday. And I'm here sweating. I was like, oh my God, these guys will never play golf with me again. Like, you don't understand. So obviously I told you about it. I ended up telling them about it too. And when we get to the range, I was nervous to hit golf balls. Like, if you notice, I parked pretty close to the net because I was nervous I was going to hit it over the net and hit somebody's car at the range.
But you allowed me to park further out?
Well, I knew where we were, and then everybody was right there too. So I got pretty nervous. I literally was very, very hesitant going over there because you know me, I like to hit balls beforehand.
Yeah.
And I was like the last person to walk over there, and I hit it okay in the range. I only had like one little hosel, maybe not a shank, but a hosel. And I remember looking at you, and I was like, I have no idea what Teddy's going to do. I go, the over-under is 4.5 shanks. If I can get less than that, at least I can maybe put a hole or two together. And I went to Bryan and Stevie P, and I said the same thing. And they're like, you'll be fine. You're a gamer. You'll be fine. And I'm like, guys, you have no idea like what's going through my head. And so long story short, I hit 0 shanks on the day. It did noticeably take me 5 to 6 holes to start feeling comfortable. You'd have to say my swing was a little pretzel looking, a little twisted at the top. But I did start to feel very, very comfortable as the round went on, to a point where I felt like I can actually do something with the golf ball that I kind of wanted it to do.
Yeah, Greg, you definitely didn't talk. You definitely didn't talk yourself through a shot as much as you usually do.
No, I'm telling you, it was like, I have no idea. I literally told you, I was like, my goal is to hit the ball forward today.
Yeah,
forward. And I was like, I could be 70 yards right, but at least I went forward to the right, not straight 70 yards to the right. It was, boy, it was nerve-wracking. It was nerve-wracking. So.
And what's bad is I actually was confident going into it, and my goal for the day was to just be able to have one of my shots be used.
Always funny, like me and you've talked about scrambles before. I'm not a huge scramble fan when it's 4 people because I never feel like you get in any sort of rhythm. You're kind of hitting a shot that may either be too aggressive, and you kind of don't play golf. You play golf shot a little bit differently. But what was good about ours is that I always knew we always had somebody behind us. With Stevie P, the pro, coming up the rear. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt more comfortable in a scramble when 3 of us missed the green, and I'm like, yeah, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, somebody's going to be on it.
Oh, we're not in the fairway? Yeah, he's good. And it's a bomb down the middle type fairway. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. The weather was great.
Oh, dude, couldn't beat the weather.
The ball went forward. Actually, like I said, by the time we finished, I think everybody contributed a good amount. I think you had some great shots, putts, everything around there. I think Bryan actually drove the ball really well early. Kind of fumbled a little bit at the end, but drove the ball really well early. Stevie P was on all day. We did struggle in a 4-person scramble to beat his personal record at that golf course of a 62, was it? 62?
Yeah, I think it's 62.
Par 70, 62 was his lowest round there. But we shot, I think we shot a 59.
Yeah.
Maybe was it 59 or 58?
59.
59 because we bogeyed that one par 3 coming in.
We bogeyed one, and we probably left maybe 3 to 4 more birdies out there.
Yeah, we did. We didn't really roll anything. The greens were in good shape, but they were definitely not in pristine shape. They're a little bumpy.
Nah, I mean, yeah. You could tell that they were aerated maybe about a week and a half ago.
They're a little late to the party, I think, with the aeration. Yeah. I felt like most courses have already gone through that, but we ended up finishing 4th, so right outside the podium. But not our prime. No. Definitely not our prime. I know Bryan was the same as us, has not hit a golf ball that much. We have not hit golf balls. Stevie P is rolling into form. I mean, he is playing some really good golf and playing a lot of it. So, awesome time playing with those guys. I would love to be.
I think it was the first time that like we've actually played with him. I think that basically. I think, like you said, I think he might have rolled around a little bit when we were playing at one point.
We had the boys.
I don't think we ever actually played. And like, no joke, like it makes me nervous to play around him. Like, I'm just like, oh man, I was like, I must look like I am a brand new golfer at times compared to like what he's doing.
So the good thing about him is he does not have a vanity swing. It is a very homemade golf swing, and it works. I mean, it works. And he does what he wants with the golf ball. He can move it both ways. He can roll the golf ball. I mean, Bryan is a great putter, and Steve still is in front of him. Like, short game. I mean, you name it, it's there. And I think what's really cool, if you ask Anthony, friend of the show we've had on before as well, is that when we get to play in that Hidden Creek tournament with him, it's always been really windy, right? And so to watch him change ball flights, heights, and take like, I'm hitting a 150 into the wind, maybe a muscling like a 9-iron or maybe even a soft 8-iron. He'll take like a 6-iron, play it under the wind, and just know the distances so well on what he hits. Like he'll go 2 clubs up, kind of just feather it in there, and it's like, dude, what? I'm trying to hit 1 shot. You've got like 4 shots per yardage to hit there, and a lot of fun. I tell you what, he is a blast to play golf with, and he's a good time. He's a talker. Obviously, that's why we have him on the show. And man, he knows golf. He just, and he knows how to help people. He loves teaching golf, and he has no problem of giving advice. And huge, great time. Brian's always a great time as well too. You can tell he was a little bit rusty with us, especially on the greens. He's usually good.
Still, what's funny is Brian's wedge game is still ridiculous. The fact that he just like I still remember the cheat sheet that he pulled out of his pocket, like at Fairway Fit Cup. It's just ridiculous how he has those numbers dialed in and knows exactly where he's hitting every single one.
I mean, I have thought about putting that sheet together, and now that you have or are going to have that opportunity with the sim, I mean, there's no better conditions than the flat mat. Yeah. He did his in a farmland, but hitting the hay bales. But I mean, you definitely can get that sheet and get it taken care of. So, but a lot of fun. Hopefully, we can run that back with that. There'll be a blast to play a tournament with.
55 or bust next year.
I mean, if we were coming in prime, I really did. I mean, it's par 70, so 55 was very, like, he was in my mind. And we started off pretty hot. We just didn't hit it close, and then when we didn't make putts. I mean, we eagled 18 just to get to the 59 number.
Yeah.
Or R18, wherever hole that actually was. I don't remember.
13, 14,
something like that. But, all right, well, let's talk about what's next. Got a couple more minutes here until we are going to sign off. We were off last week, and we were kind of a little bit off in the golf world as well, too. Shout out to my little guy who shot his personal best of a 92 in a tournament.
Let's go.
Valley. And then my daughter turned around, shot her personal best at Locust Hill of a 95 over the weekend. Her first tournament in almost 6, if not 8 months from now. So we're super excited with golf. I did get over and play 9 today. Shot a 39 from the tips, playing a little competition with my daughter out there, and hit the ball okay. And, no warm up on Monday, no range, no nothing. So we literally walked in at 9 played and finished on 8 green and walked home. It was kind of fun to do, but hit it okay. Couple stupid lost balls, tried to get a little aggressive at times, but 4 bogeys and a birdie. I mean, I'm not at all disappointed with that. Kept the ball in play for the most part, except on 2. You'd like to. I did kind of cut one up into the trees, so I re-teed, hit it to the top of the hill, and I don't know what happened, obviously, but I knew I was where my ball mark was, and I sucked it back to like 2 inches. Sorry, not 2 feet. And I got up there, and I was like, oh, my gosh. And Tegan thought it she was like, you made it. And because it was right where I wanted it to be, and it just rolled back down on the hill. So ended up getting a bogey, but it was a birdie on that ball. So felt pretty good there. Hoping to play one time this weekend. We got one open day. We'll see how it goes. We've got 2 birthdays coming up here in the next 10 days. So I don't know. What about you?
On the same day, I believe.
No.
No?
No. They're at the end of August.
Oh, that's right. They're end of
Yeah.
August. You're right.
These are the two older girls.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I got hit with Mother's Day and Laura's birthday in the same weekend, so
Usually
I feel your
Tegan's
pain.
falls on Mother's Day, so she got a little bit of a break this year. But yeah.
Me, I got as far as plans, I got there won't be any golf this weekend just because I got my mom coming up to see
fun.
the new house and see the kids and do a little late Mother's Day weekend with her because she was busy down in her house area. But I do have 2 range sessions this weekend. Trying basically with a little bit more help around the house. I might try and get the garage moving a little bit more. Do need to get an electrician in there. So, hey, anybody wants to come do some electrical work for me, come on in. I need some extra sockets and I need a 240 socket put in for the mini split. But other than that, it will be 2 range sessions and then, maybe with mom being in the house and the kids playing, maybe I set up the net in the backyard and be able to hit some balls there. Because I do have my hitting net still and have my my turf mat there, but it's not the greatest turf mat, but I mean it'll suffice for the time being. So that's the plan there for this week.
Yeah, I feel like we got about 5 weeks of school left. I'm about 2.5, 3 weeks until things start really dialing back. And then the exciting thing is, like I said, I didn't even get home and my little guy was already over there on his own today. And then I took our oldest. So we were literally on different parts of the golf course. And so with them showing more interest, it's going to pull me out there a little bit as well.
I might need a mental health day here before the end of the year as well. I did get a text from Keena, friend of the show, that he was like, when are we golfing again? It can't be on a weekend. I'll take off work. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll start looking at the calendar.
You can get in 18 right now after
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Like it's a push at the end if you're getting out your 5 or 5:15-ish, 5:30 tee time. I mean, it's a push to do that, but
it's tough with him just because he's got the 2 little ones that are younger than mine. So
yeah. But yeah, definitely. But man, place to go. Back 9 of Leesburg. Before we sign off here one more time, what a great place to go anytime, 24/7. Go get some great feedback. Play anywhere in the world with all their thousands and thousands of courses that they offer. Get the data that you need to make sure that you are grinding. So when you come out onto the golf course, check out their memberships. And again, check out and sign up and make sure to use our code Fairway Fit BOGO. Right? Fairway Fit BOGO. And make sure to use that to get your second hour for free. Fairway Fit BOGO. We'll have that in our
check out our social media. We'll also post it on there.
Yeah, we'll be getting it all out. Check out our website as too at fairwayfitgolf.com. Get everything you need. Check out more about our podcast. Check out all the gear that we have to offer. But man, we'll be back next week about the same time. Talk to you then.
Yes, sir.